Man, welcome to Studio Talk, where I am here with my boy, the one and only Blaze. I am the irresistible, the undeniable, the most handsomest one on the show, the king. So we're gonna blaze up the show today.
Yeah. We guys, we got a great topic for you today, and we also need you to like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified. And
hey man, you're forgetting something.
What?
The intro. Welcome back to Studio Talk, where today's topic is going to be, can we take an ordinary person and turn them into a superstar? Superstar not meaning a model, actress, or artist, but someone that can possibly become an asset to our team.
Well, not just to our team, but an asset to any team, right? So we want to see if we can take an ordinary individual that has aspirations of doing XYZ, helping them get the training, and helping them master their craft.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that say they know how to be photographers. There's a lot of people that say they know about music production or just filming in general. And then when you sit down with them and you put a camera in front of them, they don't even know what button to push to handle the shutter speed, how to adjust the parameters, lighting. You know, so it's more to it than just putting a camera in and snapping a picture.
That's right. And that's where we talked about this, I believe it may have been on the first show, about learning a new craft or getting some sort of formal or informal education on what you're planning on doing. Because like I said, you can't wake up one morning and say, well, I'm gonna be a photographer, and you don't know anything about the exposure triangle. You know, you don't know anything about depth of field. You're not sure what lenses to use or how to capture certain looks. So that's why we're saying that we want to be able to take the average individual that has aspirations of doing something, help them train, and get them better in that in which they're pursuing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in my particular field, dealing with musicians, models, actors, I would say you could take an ordinary person and possibly turn them into a model. But it's more to it than just snapping pictures and being in front of a camera. I also would like to, work on branding. You know,
that's an important part of it.
And in your area where it comes to the technical side with dealing with the cameras, the equipment, and the digital aspect of marketing, a lot of times when people want to do these things, they can't afford the training to go to school and do it.
Right.
And you have that opportunity to work with someone firsthand.
That's right. And so now, like you said, you have the opportunity to work with someone firsthand. And the biggest thing people have to realize, your equipment is only going to take you so far. You have to know that equipment, because I got to say it, if you have great equipment but a shitty process, it's going to probably be a shitty product.
Man, you have to be so brutal. But
it's the truth, man. I know some guys that had great equipment, they never learned how to use it, and their product was always lacking. And one of the other things too is those are usually the first people to run out and present their project to the world.
Well, and here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with going and presenting your stuff, but there's a process to presentation. If you got a delicious meal and it's just throw it on a plate, I don't want it.
Presentation.
Yeah. So we go in and we're willing to step up and work with someone and give you the necessary training. What does that do for you? Well, here we go. We're not the only company here that handles marketing, digital design, or working with the entertainment industry. So you can take that training and possibly go somewhere else where you can be productive and earn a living. If it's not with us, but if we train you, we would like to keep you on as part of our team.
Right, and we want to definitely create people that can be consistent. Like we said in the last show, we have the product that'll help you become a better marketer. So anytime you're on our team, you're going to need to learn how to market anything that you're going to do, anything that you're going to do or create with us. You have to learn how to market that, and you have to realize sometimes you are your first product.
Yeah, and one of the things that I do, I don't like to give away too much information. That's not my thing, because what I do, it's a process. It's a lot of hours of research and trying and testing. I would sit down with anybody, but it's going to be for a small fee.
Right.
Because time is money, and I don't have a lot of time to waste.
Well, that's like I tell people a lot. I may have money, but I'm poor in time, and sometimes, you got to be transparent.
And a lot of people want something for nothing. And my thing is, I've encountered quite a few people in this industry. They are looking to leech themselves onto you to grow their own agenda. And I don't mind helping another company because it's plenty of work to go around. But I'm not gonna able you to make $100,000,
right?
And then I get zero on the back end,
right? And I know a lot of people say, well, man, if you're on top of your game, there's no competition. And, people that do the same thing can actually bring more to the market. But you don't want to train anybody to take your practices, your principles, and your processes somewhere else and say, I was trained by this person, but they wasn't groomed. So you can take something, let's say you can teach me how to do something, right? You can teach me. But if I don't follow up through the process, then I can say I was taught by Jesse, but I may have not been mentored by Jesse. And that's the same way. Anything that we're going to teach, we're going to mentor you through the process. So if you do decide to go somewhere else and pursue your own business, you'll know how it's done, and you'll actually be an asset, even if you're not working for us or working for that original company, because you will have a consistent.
Yeah, and plus you can go beyond what you learn. If you take your craft serious, you're gonna learn something here, you're gonna learn something there, you're gonna research, and this is what's gonna create opportunities. Before everything came down to, did you go to college? You got a college education.
College debt.
Now, people are looking for people that got on-the-job training, that knows what to do, not just from a book aspect, but they don't want to have to sit there and retrain you to get you started once you get in the door. So starting here, we're going to take that time to get you from A to Z. And the things that you're going to obtain is going to be invaluable in the future.
That's right. So, guys, this is what we're saying. We can take your average, ordinary, everyday person, teach them a skill, teach them how to perfect that skill, and measure that skill by the results that they get from it.
Yeah.
I was able to take a rapper and show him one of the platforms that I use for graphics, and within 3 days he had made his first sale on a graphic design for another business. He made $200 on his first pop.
And see, here's the thing. We work good together. I'm a businessman. I have that ability to go out and talk to just about anybody. You are a marketing genius. you can make or break any business.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the ability to take a brand new company and turn them into a global wide phenomenon.
But if you look at it, it's a process. And
Yes.
so before before you come through my process, you have to have a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, a business. You know, when you and I started working together, you already had your business plan down. You had a clear idea of what you wanted to accomplish, because it's just like in trucking, right? I related a lot of stuff to trucking and back to logistics. So you can get a load and you can say, I'm going to deliver it here. But if you don't have a clear and precise plan or route on how you want to get to where you want to go, you're going to make a bunch of wrong turns, you're going to waste time, and you're going to go way out of route, and it's going to take you far longer to get to that target that you were after. And it's the same way in real life. If you start here and you want to wind up here, and you don't make a clear roadmap to how you want to get there, or have someone provide a roadmap to you to get there, then you're going to make a bunch of wrong turns, and it's going to take you a lot longer to get where you want to get.
And I want to go on record and say our show is never scripted. You know, we come out, we come up with the topic, and we discuss everything legitimately and precisely on here. And with that being said, I want to go on record in saying, you know, when we started working together, I came to you, I had a vision, but I didn't have the pathways to half of the things that you taught me and showed me. So for that, I want to say thank you and acknowledge that, you know, publicly. So, you know, when it comes to marketing, I consider myself to be a creative guru, but I come up with the ideas. You have the logistics. It works.
Right.
You know, so, you know, just taking a small break from what we were talking about, and I wanted to address any businesses or any artists or anyone in the entertainment or professional industry. If you're looking for a platform to display your product or your company, reach out to us. Our email is studiotalktheshow@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. We would love to put your ideas, your product, or even have you come in and we'll do an interview with you and let you promote your business or your product.
Yeah, like we say, man, you are your first product. And most of the time, if you're out in the public and you shaking babies and kissing hands.
Hey,
hold on, wait, I think I said that wrong.
I don't want to say nothing. It's a method to what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't think you ought to be out there shaking babies and kissing people's hands and whatnot.
But you know, here's the thing. Don't get caught up with the numbers that you see of views on our show. We do this for a reason. And if you go through our show, you'll see that we have a couple videos that are over 1,000 views, and it's done that way for a reason. Now, if we take on anybody as far as advertisement, we can assure you that those numbers will be in the 4 to 5 digit range. We do this basically as a hobby and a way to get information out.
Right.
We expect that people will share it, click on it, save it. You know, we post it on YouTube, it's posted on Facebook, you know.
Right. Various platforms we post the show, and we get various numbers, and we create ad sets. And so a lot of times when people say, well, man, I looked at the show and it didn't seem like it had a lot of numbers, but that doesn't mean it's not getting great response, because sometimes it's presented in a method that it's non-trackable. You won't be able to track Facebook views on YouTube, and vice versa. And then not only that, we have custom marketing platforms where we can send out our show via email when we're soliciting other clients.
Yeah,
So-
and we can take this show and we can show it with 10,000 views, but out of those 10,000 views, you want people that's going to respond.
That's right.
And here's the thing. We have a day and age where a lot of viewers are older. They may get on YouTube, but they don't have a YouTube account. So we get text messages telling us about how the show is or asking about certain services. And I tell people all the time, leave the comment on the show.
Yeah.
But when they go to do it, it wants them to set up an account, and that's like, I'm just not going to do that. I'll text it to you.
Right.
And we appreciate that response either way. But, if you want to get your business out there, you come in, you sit down with us, and let us know what it is, what your goals are, and we'll sit down with you, and we'll show you how we can get you to that point.
That's right. Yeah, we'll definitely do a discovery session where we can figure out what you want to do. And speaking of that, I don't know when you're going to launch, but we're working on something really big for Jesse and King of Diamonds Production and Management.
Yeah,
like on the shirt, y'all see that fancy shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Out there. Boy, it must be good to walk around with your own company logo on the shirt.
I walk around because I brand myself. And the thing is, I'll go ahead and give a little tidbit of it. We're building a website that's going to be able to promote different variations, artists, actresses, actors. As far as the artists go, everybody knows about putting their music on streaming sites.
Right.
But King of Diamonds is also going to become a distribution site.
That's right.
So you'll be able to upload your music onto my site, and instead of getting your revenue based on streams, you'll get your revenue based on sales.
That's right, y'all. Good old-fashioned sales. We are bringing that back. We are looking to put more money in people's hands. Instead of getting a percentage of a cent for one stream, you sell one record and whatever it's agreed upon percentage, but it'll definitely be more.
It's going to be the industry standard that every artist wanted to go out and do that was made popular back in the day. It's an 80-20 rule is what we're going to be doing. The artist will get 80%. King of Diamonds will retain 20% for keeping it on our website and helping to promote that website. And not only will you have that avenue, but we will also, within that website, put you on your own page.
That's right.
And here's where we become partners, because you're going to have to promote that page. And within that, we can also help you come up with merchandise, and we can also put that on that website. And in that process, you make money. You make money from your merchandise, you make money from your music.
Right. And that's big, man. Getting 80%.
Yes.
On most, we don't have to look at the updated pay scale, but when you sign to a record label and your merchandising, I can guarantee you it's not 80%.
Well, here's the thing: when you sign to a record label puts up a lot of money in the beginning. Okay, in order for you to start retaining money or getting money on that investment, all the money that record label put up has to be paid back with interest.
That's right.
So let's say a record company gave you $1 million up front.
You in the hole.
Okay, now if you have management, the management gets his. Tax is going to get theirs.
Yes.
So out of that $1 million, you may come out with $300,000 and some thousand. Okay, so now you're in debt.
$600,000.
Okay, so you have to produce albums. Now, record companies going to pay additional money for your videos.
That's right.
So now, that's another expense that's tacked on that the record label has to recoup. So by the time it's all said and done, you're in debt. Now you have to perform and try to get this money back. Because once the record label gets their money back, now you're starting to yield a profit.
Yes.
But here's the difference.
Let me and here's what's the crazy part about it. So in the past, artists made a majority of their money performing. So right now, you can't have over 50 people in a venue in most states.
Yeah.
How many artists are going to be able to survive on a show with 50 people? Unless you sell the tickets, $1,000 a pop.
And then here's another thing I'm gonna say. And I had a label. They said you shouldn't say that, but I'm gonna give it to you 100% real.
Give it to them.
People don't have to buy your music. Point blank. You put it out there on YouTube. You're putting it out there on other platforms, even when it's on Spotify. You get paid off of streams, but 1 million streams, you're not guaranteed to get $1,000.
No.
So, what I do, I help you create a way to get revenue that the industry doesn't want to show you, because this is how the industry stays strong and the artist stays
dependent on the record label. And
yeah, they stay binded.
Right. And we're trying to create true independent artists.
So in doing that, reach out to King of Diamond Production and Management LLC, and we'll help you get to where you're trying to get to. Now, here's the thing. We started off this conversation talking about, can we turn an ordinary person into a superstar? The answer is yes.
Yes, absolutely.
The problem comes in, do we have that ordinary person with the gumption, with the wherewithal to get off their behinds and show up and take advantage? That's the question.
That is a good question. So the old saying, if you want to get on your feet, or the
Get
quickest
off your
way.
ass.
Jesse said the A word.
I know. It's one of those days. I was sitting down the other day. We were getting ready to shoot a small film. And I had someone tell me that the film was going to hurt them as a role model. So we had to sit down and look at the script, because I was confused. The script had a positive meaning, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out, how does this diminish your role modeling ability when it's acting?
Right. Well, sometimes, and I don't want to get spiritual or too spiritual on the show, but sometimes their spirit is not going to allow them to do something, especially if they're not vibrating on the same frequency as what you want to do. And like I told you earlier, it may have been a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't take it as a negative deal, because I've seen every aspect in this business. But I'm trying to create opportunities for people in our area.
Mm-hmm.
I can recall one young lady that I went to school with that has made it in the industry. And she's on Tyler Perry's Medea movies.
Really?
Yeah, Taja Simpson. Grew up right here in Lake Charles, went
Right.
to Oak Park. Family lives right there in Central Lake Charles. I don't want to give no.
Yeah,
specific area.
he about to give the address,
No,
what kind
no.
of car they got in the yard, the name of their
But
dog.
I just wanted to, point that out. We have a lot of talented people here, and I hear that there's no opportunities, but when we extend the olive branch for people to take advantage of this, no one shows up. And then when they see someone else doing it, they want to talk down on them, or man, I could have did this better. But the opportunity was extended to everybody.
That's right.
And you didn't show up. So I'm gonna say, if you want the opportunity to do something, show up.
That's it. Show up, and you don't necessarily have to show out, but you just got to show up, right?
And
give yourself the opportunity.
I'm not gonna turn anybody down. You know, we'll work with just about anybody, but you have to have the right attitude. I'm not gonna. If you show up to my production set and you're smelling like you done smoked a pound, you're not ready. You know,
Hey,
I understand you wanna calm your nerves. You know, just a little bit, and then
Hey man,
do
you
your
know,
thing.
look, let me tell you, man, about that. You know, you know how much money I used to make off of the smell on them shirts. So whenever they would book a session and they come to the studio, I say, hey man, you can't stay in here smelling like that. You got to, you know, change your shirt. Well, man, I don't have a shirt. Well, you can buy one from me up front.
Hey, and not only that, you know, cologne, perfume, you know.
And don't you have the plug on that? I mean, is that something you can, you know, let them know about, or is that kind of hush hush? Or?
No. We're going to be selling cologne and perfume, and it's going to be at an affordable price. The same stuff that you go buy in the mall that they're charging you $100 for. I have a company that has reproduced it, and we have tested it. We've taken the high dollar perfumes and the average price, and we sprayed them both, and we wanted to see if it was going to measure up. And in most cases, it outlasted the stuff you buy in the mall.
Man, I need to get me some of that. 'Cause
So
my wife
we're
like
going.
smell good.
Oh man, I got some stuff to make your wife want to chew your neck off. Boy.
Oh
I
Lord!
think she done turned into a vampire.
Oh,
Now-
even here.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Now you didn't see my wife. My wife is gorgeous. You know, I'll tell you. I see a lot of women get jealous. They be looking, wonder, hey, how you get hurt? You know, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm too much. I'm too much.
It's the smell.
Man, it's the smell good. I'm trying to tell you.
You see that, man? You can you can smell good, and you can get whatever you want. You ain't got to have no big old fancy car. It's me smell good, brother.
Hey, man,
Hey, that's the
smell
tip for the
good,
day, brother.
Smell good and dress nice, man. You ain't got to wear designer clothes. Let's get out of that mentality. Oh, I gotta buy Gucci. I gotta buy Jordans, because you look at Jay-Z and Chris Brown and all of those multi-million-dollar companies. They don't have on no name brand clothes.
That's right, man. And a lot of guys, it make me laugh, man. I see guys on social media flashing shoes, man. They got to have the latest J's or the Air Force Ones or the retro this or the retro that. Riding a bike.
Oh, well, I'll take it a step further.
They
I didn't understand why some companies put their clothes up so high until I started getting into, we're going to be selling clothes. So
don't give it all up. Just yet.
I'm not, but you know, I understand now why a shirt costs $40 or $50. My clothes will not be that high, but I understand it now. But here's the thing, getting back on topic, ordinary person, want to be a superstar, all you have to do is contact us. You can comment on this video.
That's right. And we'll also have the email in the description of the video, so that way you can shoot us an email also.
Yeah, that you can do that. Take a chance. Right now, the work market is finicky. There's a lot of companies that are not coming back. There's a lot of people that are being without right now. Now, I'm not going to tell you that we're going to make you rich, but like I said, the training that you're going to get is going to be invaluable, because if you decide that you don't want to stay here in Lake Charles, the things that you learn at this company, you can take and go to Houston or any other metropolitan area and say, look, I've worked and I've been trained to do XYZ. You sit down and they hold a conversation with you to pick your brain to see what it is exactly you know.
That's right.
Bam, you got everything that they need right there.
That's right, man. And one of the biggest killers is when you're interviewing someone and they say they do this and they say they do that, and you drop some simple terminology from the industry or from the craft that they say that they're proficient in, and they have no idea what you're talking about, man, you have just ruined that relationship or the possibility of having that relationship. But by not being transparent, people don't like to practice transparency. If you don't know, say you don't know, because I would rather, for me personally, I would rather take someone that don't know but has the desire to do something and then teach them and mold them how to do it, than work with someone that says, oh, I already know how to do it, and then they're doing it all wrong, or they're not open to further instruction.
And, goes back to just, if you want to step up, you got to get off your behind.
Get off your behind.
Now, back to what I was saying earlier.
Hey, hold on. Let's take a break. All right.
Man, we are back. Now, I know that this is a lengthy video, but I'm having a little bit of fun today, so I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn. Man, I am amazed that my wife has stayed with me all this time, bro. That cologne was wonders.
Man. Get me some of this fancy dancy smelling cologne.
Look here, bro. I like to think I'm handsome. Now, you may not think that because, we two guys here, but
right.
I like to think that I'm handsome.
But what they say, no Romo? Oh, I'm sorry. However they said.
Yeah,
that was a Cowboys quarterback joke.
Yeah, and that was a cheap shot at, what's that guy named Jonathan Brown? I just wanted to make sure I mentioned his name when we talking about that. But I just want to go on here and say, just taking this in a different direction, because this is something that I just thought about. Fellas, please learn to treat your woman with respect. That's going to take you a lot further in life. I was talking with someone the other day, and they shared some very dark things with me. And they started breaking down, and I was like, you know what? God put people in your life for a reason.
Yes.
Even if it's just to hear you out and give you that release. But in the process, I just want to, take a second before we end this show and say, fellas, please take time to respect your women and teach your daughters what to accept and what not to accept.
That's right.
There are so many vultures and people that just don't mean no good. So we want to take that time out to say, teach them and let them know what's acceptable and what's not. Teach your sons how to treat women. Watch how they talk to their mothers and make sure that they learn the correct way. Yeah. This is going to take them a lot further in life. I know I'm getting off topic.
It's respect, but you know what, man? It still leads to the point of how can you take an ordinary person and turn them into a superstar? And superstar doesn't have to mean a celebrity. It doesn't have to mean financially, secure or a millionaire, billionaire. But we want to help individuals, because some people, man, they don't realize, man, how important home training is.
Well, I'm gonna go here and I hope you don't mind me saying what I'm about to say. I've seen, the way you are with your kids. You've taught your kids the art of business, and each one of your kids has some kind of trait that they bring to the table that they create and do their own thing. Like I said, this guy is a marketing genius, and his kids are following in his footsteps. I've seen some of their work. He has a son that has designed some logos for some very top companies. I'm not going to mention those companies here. That's up to you.
Yeah.
But they've done some excellent work, and these are teenagers. And I'm going to go on here and I'll say I have 4 kids, and 2 of my kids, they're about their business.
Right.
They work. I have one that wants to be in the real estate market. I have a daughter that wants to be a teacher. They're 100% about their business. My other 2, they work, but they got attached to what dad does. And so when dad starts cutting those strings,
Yes.
why you don't like me, Dad? You treating this one better than you treat me. No, it's not that. I want you to go and prove yourself, not to me, but to yourself. And that's the thing. We have to be parents. Training starts at home, but a lot of them don't have that training at home that they need. And we're willing to step up and help you to get something that is going to further your ability to take care of yourself or your family.
That's right.
So, with that, I'm going to stop with my spiel because I've been talking for a little minute.
But it's good information, man, that you're sharing, and that's what people got to realize when people, when you get in the quote unquote game, you have to respect it. You have to listen to it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what they say. Game is supposed to be sold. I'm sitting up here. I'm giving away free nuggets.
Well,
so,
this is not all the game.
But I love to educate, and I love to reach out to the people. They say I should have been in politics.
Huh.
Stay tuned for that. Now, we hope that everybody enjoys the show. And like I said, our shows are not scripted, so we don't follow a certain format. So that's why when we start off and we give you the topic of the show, we may vary from where the topic is and go in a different direction, but it's all going in the same path. So I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.
Peace. Man, why they still here?
Oh, you know what? I know what it was.
What?
They still love us.
And we forgot the intro.
Man.
Oh, the outro.
Do we have to have the outro? Because, I'm the king.
And I'm Blaze.
So let's blaze this piece up.
Peace.